Welcome everyone and thank you so much for joining me today. If you love hidden treasures, everyday coins with extraordinary secrets, and the idea that something small in your pocket could change your life forever, you are absolutely in the right place. Today we're diving deep into a fascinating story that proves once again that rarity, mystery, and tiny mistakes can turn an ordinary object into something legendary. In this video, we're talking about the 2007 1-cent USA coin, a penny most people wouldn't look at twice, yet one that has captured the imagination of collectors around the world because of how some examples are believed to be worth as much as $566 million. Yes, a single penny, originally meant to be worth just 1 cent, becoming one of the most talked about coins in modern American numismatic history. So sit back, relax, and let's explore how this humble Lincoln penny became the subject of rumors, record-breaking valuations, rare minting errors, and unbelievable possibilities. The 2007 1-cent coin was struck at the Denver Mint, which is identified by the small D mint mark found on the obverse of the coin, just below the date. At first glance, this coin looks very similar to millions of other Lincoln cents produced around the same time. It features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front, a design that has been part of American culture for generations. On the reverse, depending on the specific variety, it carries the Lincoln Memorial design, which was still in use in 2007 before the later introduction of the Union Shield. Nothing about it seems unusual at face value. It's copper-plated zinc, mass-produced, and designed for everyday circulation. And yet, hidden within this massive production run are rare mistakes, unusual errors, and extraordinary anomalies that have turned certain examples of the 2007 penny into legendary collectibles. To understand how a penny could ever be associated with a value as high as $566 million, we need to understand how coin values work in the first place. Coins are not valuable simply because they are old or shiny. They become valuable because of rarity, demand, condition, historical significance, and most importantly in modern coin collecting, errors and variations. The Denver Mint in 2007 produced hundreds of millions of 1-cent coins. With numbers that large, the expectation is uniformity. Every coin should look almost exactly the same. But when humans and machines work at such massive scales, mistakes are inevitable. Most of those mistakes are caught and destroyed before coins ever leave the mint. But every once in a while, a few slip through, and those survivors become the stuff of legend. One of the most talked about possibilities involving the 2007 1-cent coin is the existence of dramatic minting errors that were never supposed to exist. These errors can include off-metal strikes, where a penny is accidentally struck on a planchet intended for another denomination or even another metal entirely. Imagine a 2007 penny struck on a silver or experimental alloy planchet. That alone would make it extraordinarily rare. There are also double die errors, where the coin design is impressed twice but slightly misaligned, creating doubling on letters, numbers, or Lincoln's portrait. Strong, dramatic doubling that can be seen clearly without magnification is one of the most desirable features in error coin collecting. Another possibility that drives the astronomical valuation stories is the idea of transitional errors. Transitional errors occur when the mint is in the process of changing materials, designs, or production methods. In 2007, the U.S. Mint was experimenting with different compositions and technologies due to rising metal costs. If even a handful of 2007 pennies were struck using an experimental composition that was never meant for public release, those coins would be unique artifacts of mint history. A unique coin, by definition, has no comparison, and in the world of elite collectors, uniqueness can command almost any price. Mint mark errors are another major factor in the mystery of the 2007 1-cent coin. The mint mark on a coin is supposed to be clear, correctly positioned, and consistent. But sometimes, mint marks can be repunched, misplaced, or even missing. A 2007 penny with a dramatically misplaced mint mark, or one that shows evidence of a doubled or repunched mint mark, could instantly stand out from the rest. Even more intriguing is the possibility of a 2007 penny that should have a D mint mark but doesn't, or one that shows traces of another mint mark entirely. These kinds of anomalies raise serious questions about how the coin was produced and whether it represents a previously undocumented error. Then there are striking errors, which occur during the moment the coin is actually struck. These include off-center strikes, where the design is not properly aligned with the planchet, resulting in part of the coin being blank. Broad strikes, where the coin is struck without the collar that normally shapes it, can produce an unusually wide and distorted penny. Die caps, where a coin sticks to the die and strikes subsequent coins, can create dramatic, almost sculptural shapes. If a 2007 D penny were discovered with an extreme and visually stunning striking error, especially one that is unique, or nearly unique, its value could soar into unimaginable territory. Condition also plays a critical role in the value of any coin, and this is especially true for modern coins with errors. A 2007 D penny with a rare error that is also in pristine, uncirculated, or even proof-like condition would be exponentially more valuable than a similar coin that shows wear. Coins that have never been in circulation, with sharp details, original luster, and no damage, are highly prized. Combine perfect condition with a once-in-a-lifetime error, and you have a recipe for a coin that could rewrite record books. The story of the $566 million valuation is also fueled by the psychology of collectors and the world of ultra-high-end numismatics. At the top level of coin collecting, money behaves differently. Wealthy collectors are not just buying metal, they are buying history, prestige, and exclusivity. Owning a coin that no one else has, or one that represents a major mystery or breakthrough in minting history, can be worth almost any price to the right buyer. Auction records have shown time and again that when two or more determined collectors want the same unique item, the final price can reach levels that seem completely disconnected from the object's original purpose. There is also the role of speculation and legend. Stories of coins worth hundreds of millions of dollars capture attention and fuel searches through jars, drawers, and rolls of pennies. This collective fascination adds to the mythos of coins like the 2007 D1 cent. While not every claim is proven, the possibility alone keeps interest alive. In some cases, even rumors can drive demand, and demand is a powerful force in valuation. A coin that becomes famous, discussed, and debated can gain a kind of cultural value beyond its physical characteristics. Another angle that collectors consider is the potential for undiscovered varieties. The U.S. Mint produces dies in multiple stages, and sometimes subtle differences occur between dies used in the same year and mint. These can include differences in lettering, spacing, or small design elements. If a previously unknown variety of the 2007 D penny were discovered, especially one linked to an error or experimental process, it could instantly become one of the most important modern varieties ever found. The first confirmed example of such a variety would be priceless in the eyes of many collectors. The metal composition of the 2007 D penny also invites close scrutiny. While standard pennies of this era are copper-plated zinc, variations in plating thickness, bonding errors between the copper layer and the zinc core, or incomplete plating can create visually striking coins. Some pennies show bubbling, peeling, or missing plating, revealing the silvery zinc underneath. While minor plating errors are common, extreme or unusual examples can be highly collectible. If an extreme plating error were combined with another major error, the coin's uniqueness would be undeniable. Die errors are another deep rabbit hole. Cracked dies, cuds, and retained cuds can leave raised lines, blobs, or missing sections on a coin. These errors show the physical breakdown of the die itself, essentially capturing a moment of stress and failure in the minting process. A large, dramatic cut on a 2007 D penny, especially in an important design area, would be a standout piece. If such an error were the result of a die that was only used briefly before being retired, the number of coins struck with that error could be extremely small. Some collectors also speculate about meal errors, where a coin is struck using mismatched dies intended for different coins. While extremely rare, meal errors are among the most valuable mistakes in numismatics. The idea of a 2007 D penny struck with an incorrect reverse or an experimental die is the kind of scenario that fuels dreams of record-breaking discoveries. Even the theoretical P.